Well, as you know, right now in the US, actors are on strike. They're unhappy with the money they earn, the deals being made on their behalf, and their rights on and off the set.
Now, one of the actors speaking out on the situation is an Aussie who starred in reboots of both Dynasty and Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and he took to TikTok to explain the situation. Here's what Luke Cook had to say.
People. A huge portion of this strike is about people like me who need to be paid more for the work that they do and let them have a portion of the profits that these streamers and these big companies are bringing in. So this discussion is not about millionaires. As I said, 95% of the union can't make enough money to live by just doing this job. Now, your favorite actor probably won't be too affected by this deal. Whatever the deal ends up being, they'll just continue to get paid a whole lot of money. But everybody else who surrounds them, who enables them to play the roles that they get to play, who play the smaller roles that surround them, are asking for a better payday.
All righty. Well, Luke Cook joins us from his home in Los Angeles. Thanks for joining us. The strike shutting down Hollywood. Can you explain, I guess, in further detail what it is that the actors actually want?
I agree with that last guy. He said it better than I ever could. Yeah, basically what we're fighting for is a better payday, a better base pay. Royalties have disappeared under the current streaming service. So Netflix, Hulu, Disney has really affected the way that actors are paid now. Royalties have shrunk so much since they've come in because they keep a very secretive lock on their numbers. So we never get to see the numbers, so we can never figure out our royalties. But also AI is a huge part of what's going on.
Yeah. So this strike isn't about, the huge Hollywood A-listers. Tom Cruise will make $100 million from Top Gun, this sort of thing. It's about the people like yourself going from job to job, starring on very, very popular series, doing the hard work.
Yeah, I'm kind of in an interesting area to be able to talk about it because I get recognised as I go down the street, and yet I still drive a 2010 Mazda S3. And, this is an understandable thing. I knew that this industry was going to be hard. A lot of people are like, what are you complaining about? And it's not so much a complaint, it's not victimhood, it's just asking for a fairer payday. A bigger chunk of the portions of the profits that streamers are recording record profits. I think we need to be sharing this in this a little bit more, especially with our creatives.
Yeah. You spoke on TikTok that for every dollar you earn as an actor, first you pay tax, we all do that, but then 25% of it goes to someone else as well. So that leaves very little at there. Who else are you paying out? Who else do you have to pay to be a working actor, Luke?
Yeah, managers take 10%, agents take 10%, lawyer takes 5%. The state takes, a whole bunch. I live in California, the most heavily taxed state in all of the USA. That's just the deal,
You've been really vocal on the matter. Are you worried about any possible repercussions for speaking out? Are there any rules around this?
No rules. I did call my manager earlier. I go, is this okay? Are they going to shun me when we go back to work? Am I pissing off my future bosses? So I was a little bit worried about it. But as soon as the strike hit, I was like, I better tell my story because I'm in a particular situation that I think my voice is necessary on the matter. And I'm waiting for more actors to speak up, and I think we're slowly coming out of our caves. And it takes a bit of courage to think, oh, what if I upset a future boss? I'm trying not to do that. I just want to be transparent.
Yeah. Are you prepared for that if that happens? Will you accept that outcome?
Totally. Yeah, I'm ready. I've got great side hustles, and I've fallen in love with other things besides acting over the last few years. I love to act, and that's my #1 priority at all times. But I'm always ready to not work. That's it's been the story of a lot of my life. I didn't work for the first 5 years I got to Los Angeles, and then I got in a few shows and kind of shot up to the bottom of a different ladder. I'm ready to not work, Larry. Yeah.
We saw Fran Drescher, the nanny. She's the head of the union. Is that correct? That's an interesting and very high-profile boss to have out there spreading the word on behalf of the actors. Is she a good leader?
Yeah, I think she's good. She's yet to be proven. I guess I'm looking for some leadership myself. What are we supposed to be doing? What's our call to action? People are like, okay, well, what do we do? We're behind you. Do we cancel our subscription services? Do we cancel Netflix, Hulu, Paramount, Disney? So I'm just looking for a little bit of leadership myself. I think a lot of actors are like, okay, but now what do we do? We just go out and pick it? So I'm looking for some leadership, but Fran will come through. She always does.
Yeah. Okay, well, really great to speak to you, Luke. Nice to hear the reasons why you're striking. You need to get back to work soon, though, because we saw it's costing you the shirt off your back in that TikTok. So we need you to be able to be fully clothed as you move forward in this.
I need better plans too.
Well, as Larry, I think, pointed out, what did you say, Larry, earlier?
Well, what's the Zach Galifianakis show? Between two ferns, you're
Yes.
between one fern.
Single fern. That's actors are really struggling for money.
Yes.
Yeah,
Budgets
we'll make
are
it
tight.
work. All right, mate, good to talk to you. Thanks so
Thanks,
much for
Luke.
joining us.